For this module, I looked at one of the ICivics games called Pocket Law Firm. It's the same as the web version of Do I Have a Right? And I decided as part of this project to explore the app Explain Everything as a way to present this module. Pocket Law Firm is one of the games on the ICivics website. Since my daughter was helping me out with this, with my homework, which she thought was quite funny, I let her pick which activity she wanted to do, and when she picked Pocket Law Firm, we discovered that it was an iPad app, so we downloaded it, and she went through it. In this activity or game, you pick a character, and you are the leader of a law firm, and you're guiding people to different lawyers that you hire. Each lawyer has a different specialty in one of the constitutional rights. And there is quite a bit of reading, so you do need to have a fairly good reader to be able to do this activity. And it teaches you about constitutional law or constitutional rights, what rights you have and what rights you don't have. There are lots of tips throughout the game to get you started, but I found my daughter didn't really read those unless she absolutely had to. She just started kind of hacking in and playing. Here's one of the screens that shows one of the clients that comes into the law firm, and they explain what their problem is, and then you have to decide if you have a lawyer with the correct constitutional right to put that client with. If so, you take them over there, and then they can go to trial, and if you win, you get prestige points, which allows you to buy more lawyers and more rights and more decorations for your law firm. After playing for a few minutes, my daughter said, "Hey, it's actually not a bad game," which I thought was pretty good praise to start out with, considering she, it was an educational game and she didn't have very high expectations to start with. Here's another screenshot that shows the different lawyers you can get and how they specialize in different constitutional laws, and how you can choose which ones you want. You can also upgrade your waiting area or put in ads to bring in more customers. My feeling about this game is that it's an excellent game. Even after I was done with my evaluation, my daughter kept playing. She was interested in it. She had a few complaints. She said you could only get 6 lawyers and that wasn't enough, and you couldn't trade them out for other lawyers if you wanted different skills. But that was really her only big complaint about it. I think this would be an excellent game to have if you were working with in partners. One, because of the reading involved, and also because of the discussion that took place between me and my daughter. Which law do you think applies? Do we have a lawyer for that? Does this one apply? Does that apply to this situation? So a lot of really good dialogue came out of it, which I thought was great. When I asked her what she thought, if she thought she learned anything from it, she said that she thought that before you could play this game, you needed to have some idea of what the rights were and what they meant in order to be able to be successful. But she felt like she did learn nuances of what the laws meant and how they applied better. So excellent activity for her and for kids who are learning about the U.S. government or U.S. law. I thought it was great, and like I said, she continued to play after we stopped until she got to the end of the game and was kind of frustrated that the game was only about an hour's worth of play. She would have gone on playing. She even went on Google to try and figure out if you could add more lawyers, and so she was really, really, really engaged. I was very pleased. I think it's an excellent game. I would highly recommend it.